Welcome to another episode, our second one actually. Number 2 is the big 2, the big 02. Tonight we're going to be talking about the local versus cloud-based chatbots that are pretty much everywhere, that you can use on all the platforms like Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, Glimish, pretty much everywhere. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So let's actually dig into the differences between, or what the pros and cons really of each one. As you would expect, there is pros and cons from using a local, which I mean by local is something that is a chatbot that's installed on your computer. That's what I mean by local, versus a cloud-based chatbot, which is, as you would think, installed on the cloud or on the internet, somewhere on another computer thousands of miles away. But what is the difference, or is there a difference between the two? There is. One of the big advantages of, let's just go ahead with the local based chatbot. Having a locally installed chatbot on your computer means that there is a little bit more functionality that is available to you in order to make custom commands or channel point redemptions or anything like that, that you can chain together with different things and have delays and stuff that is more akin to a real-time based chatbot. Now, the disadvantage of this is that you have to start it whenever or before you go live, or whenever you want to create content. You have to have that chatbot actually up and running, ready to go before you hit go live. Most of the times it will be okay if you start it up after, because it will connect to your streaming service of choice, whatever you decide to use, whether Twitch or YouTube or Trovo or Glimish. So that's just one of the different things between the two. Another thing is, something happens to your actual computer and you forgot to make a backup, all of your settings and all your custom designs are gone pretty much. If you have a hard drive failure that your local chatbot was installed on just dies and you don't have a backup, again, you don't have any elements and you have to start from scratch all over again. And that is a major deal breaker with a lot of people that are wanting to have a chatbot. They're wanting to have something that is more peace of mind. And a lot of the times with a local based chatbot, let's say Firebot or Mix It Up or even Atem, you have to understand what's called I'll say that if this then that kind of mentality, because you have to have what happens if someone posts a link, or not a link but a chat command in your Twitch chat. What's going to happen is that your bot will see that and it'll trigger something to post up a fireworks or some message, like a shout out command in your chat. So there's all different things that you can do with a local based machine, or not local based chatbot, or locally installed chatbot. And one other thing is that you can instantly pull from files from your computer. You can do like a death counter. Let's say you're playing Sea of Thieves, for example, and you want to show how many galleons you sunk. So you can have a little counter in the upper corner show that has a picture of a galleon icon with a dash and then a number that is relative to your current score of how many you've sunk. You can do that by having it read from a local text file on your computer that is constantly updated if when you hit a command on your Stream Deck, or one of your moderators or yourself, type in like !galleon +1. So it'll add another number, or it ticks that mark up from like 1 to 2 or 3 or 4, depending, whatever. So that's also another advantage of having a locally installed chatbot. You can do a lot of different cool things with it that normally you might not see or is provided by the cloud-based ones. Now, I did mention Firebot, Mix It Up, and Atem. Those are the major chatbots that you can actually go out and install. There's others. You got Sammy, you got a StreamerBot, and I think there's one other. I think those are the ones that I'm going to focus on for right now. So out of these 5, you have a good selection of choosing a chatbot. Now, The difference is all these have a focus on Twitch. Now, let's say I'm a YouTube. There's really, I don't, there isn't anything that I can use currently as the moment of this being recorded to have a chatbot for YouTube live streaming. Unfortunately, that's because it's just Google and YouTube of releasing APIs into the developers' hands and actually letting them work on trying to get all this taken care of. Because I've seen some grumblings because there are some beta testing with Mix It Up, and now Atom is added support for YouTube, but on a testing basis. So it's not really out in the public right now. It's behind the scenes being tested, but they're being rate limited by as many as testers that they have. Is that's the only people that they can add into it, because YouTube has this weird, I'm not going to say old style of way of thinking, but it's YouTube. It's everything how they set up their API and their access to it to developers it's on them. So we'll keep it with that. But the one thing that I can see for having a locally installed chatbot is that if you're with Twitch and you have live streaming on Twitch, you have a wide plethora of options available to you, from like channel points redemptions, different setups that you can use from all of these chatbots. It's all dependent on how comfortable you feel on their UI and how they go about in creating the rule sets or the different triggering options that you have available. Now, for cloud-based, you actually have a little bit more options as well. You're not going to have access to a lot of the options that you have for locally, but you do have options for streaming on Twitch, YouTube, Trovo, and Glimish using a cloud-based chatbot. One of them is Nightbot. This is pretty much like it's an old chatbot. It's been around for a long time. It's not archaic in any way, but it has the capability of being a dedicated chatbot for Twitch and YouTube, and I believe Glimish as well. I have to double check on. Let's check in here. Okay, so with Nightbot, you can actually use it with Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo, so you have no problem there. It doesn't work for Glimish, but Glimish does have its own chatbot through Odibot or Glimboy, or some options as well with the Pixel Chat. So you do have some options if you're streaming on the Glimish website. Now, I want to mention also with cloud-based, you don't have the problems that if your computer is destroyed or a fire or a hard drive crash or any kind of hardware issues, you don't have to worry about, because it's all your information, all your commands, everything that you worked on is saved in the cloud on another server, and those are backed up to redundant places. So you have the peace of mind that your commands and everything else is set up, ready to go. All you gotta do is log into the service and put a browser source within OBS or Ecamm or anything that you use, and you have your chat bots interactions ready to go at pretty much at a moment's notice. You don't have to download, install, sign in. You don't have to worry about that. It's all ready to go. Now, there are some caveats though. You don't really have the integration between your chatbot and stuff on your computer, because there is no real connection there. You're just communicating with a website, and that website is pushing out a notification or commands to Twitch's or YouTube's live feed or live chat. So you don't really have the customization that you will get with a locally installed chatbot. Now, some might say, oh, that's okay, I really could care less, but other people, that is important to these people that are wanting these very interactive customization, because that is what their audience or the community has learned to work with or has grown accustomed with. It's something that you have to figure out what you want to go and how future proofing that you want to be. But or if you just want to start streaming and you want some basic chat timers to let people know, hey, you can follow me over on Mastodon or Twitch, or not Twitch, but Twitter or Facebook, if you use Facebook. But you can have those simple commands, no problem. And a couple of those local, not local, but cloud-based chatbots, like I said, is Nightbot. There's Pixel Chat. There's ODBot for Glimish. There, you can use it for on Streamlabs. They have the capability there. You can also have the capability for Stream Elements. Streamlabs and Stream Elements has a little bit, what's the word? A higher functionality that they offer a little bit more customizability for your chat interaction. Like that you can have same thing with Pixel Chat because you can have on-screen alerts that will come up. So that they're more of a cloud-based chat bot plus. If you want to think about it. It's a little bit more, it's not the light version, it's the regular, if you want to think about it that way. Now, with the cloud base, again, like I said, you don't have to worry about hardware failure on your end. It's as simple as going to, let's say, Stream Elements, logging in with either your Twitch or your YouTube, if you however you set up your account, that's what you want to log in with. And all of your information, all your chat commands, and everything is all set up, ready to go. You don't have to do anything. You even have not customized, but you have a pre-built commands like the Magic 8 Ball or a music player request or a queue that, if you have viewers, let's say you're playing Overwatch or Fortnite and you want your community to join in a queue for a next match to play with you, they have that capability ready to go. Now, there are some different abilities depending on the platform that you stream on. Again, with the Stream Elements example, if you stream on Twitch, you have a large amount of commands and different features and modules that you can use. Now, if you stream on YouTube, you're going to have a little bit less because, again, as I said, the YouTube API is a little bit more restrictive. They haven't really opened up a lot of different things that developers can take advantage of. But I'm hoping that will change in the coming year or two, hopefully sooner. So you're not going to have a player queue system. You're not going to have the different commands for you don't have a loyalty store or anything like that. You do have like your Magic 8 Ball music request and stuff like that, and any custom commands that you have set up. But you also have, there are some on-screen alerts that are dedicated to super chats or became a new member or a new subscriber and stuff like that. It's a little bit more, I'm not going to say bare bones because there's a lot of meat on that bone for YouTube, not as much as there is available to Twitch. Now, like I said, that is probably going to be changing in the coming year or two, that things will start opening up, more modules will come online. So there is a great option of using cloud-based chatbots. I keep harping it because you don't have to worry about installing a program and updating it because all that stuff is done in the back end. You don't have to worry about dealing with, making sure is my software up to date or is everything all connected? Did I start it up before I started up OBS or Ecamm? No, it's just start up your coding software and just go live or start recording. It's really up to you. Now, there are a couple things that some people can do with, like I say, with Stream Elements, because I want to say with Stream Elements, there is a lot that people have done. There are people that within their Discord server have set up templates, I should say, and that you can download or you can copy what they accomplished to have a little bit more of a flair that you can use for your chatbot. Now you can use also APIs from like fun sites. There's Scorpbot. They have a site that you can use that pulls API, or you can pull an API request from their website for a dad joke. All you can do is put in ! dad joke or whatever you have set it up for that command trigger, and it shows like a dad joke within your chat or advice or the local weather or anything like that. You can also do that with your locally installed chatbot. It's the same process there as well. So it's just a little more involved because you have to create, I shouldn't say more involved because it's pretty much almost the same thing. You create a command, put in the API call or the domain, or not the domain now, but the URL of that API call, and then create it or save it. So it's pretty much almost one-to-one. There is a few things that you might have to add to the locally installed where you have to make sure that it says it's pulling an API request. It's not just a chat command or insert text within a chat bot. So it's just one of the different things where you have to learn the different options that are available to you with a cloud-based and a locally installed chatbot. So that's just one of the things that you have to think about when you're deciding to start your live streaming or content creation journey is, did you actually want to go this route of installing something and making all these complex, complicated on-screen displays of interactivity that your potential community and viewers will have fun with? Or do you want to start out with just a simple shout out, social media advertisement, promo advertisement, stuff like that? Do you want to start with the basic? That is something that you have to actually make the choice with. And you're not stuck with, oh, I can only do this. You can copy and paste all your stuff from one bot to another. It's no problem. It's just you have to put in the work. That's all. So you're not stuck with, oh, I'm on Stream Elements, that's all I'm going to be using. Might be some time in the future that Stream Elements might go out of business. Same thing with Streamlabs or Nightbot. It's just one of the things that you have to think about, that especially for cloud-based, is if something happens to their funding or anything like that, they just might have to pull up and close doors because the money dried up or they can't do this anymore and they don't want to do it. So that's the caveat for cloud-based. With locally installed, all you have to do is make sure that your chatbot is up to date. And you also had the same issues there as well. We saw the issue come up with a chatbot that was called Leorenboard, that there's a whole bunch of drama and controversy going on between the creator and the community or the staff members and stuff like that. I'm not too keen on it, but I do know that what happened is that it's hard word to say, Leorenboard closed up, or they stopped development on that and started up Sammy, which is a 2.0 version or 3.0 version of it, but is more, the original creator has no say or has no involvement whatsoever. This is a completely different project. So you do have that issue as well. Something could happen to the chatbot that you have installed on your computer, where all of a sudden the developers just say, no, this is too much work. I'm done. I'm closing up shop. Sorry guys, I'm out. And you have hundreds or thousands of people scrambling, trying to figure out what chatbot to go to next and learn how that one works and the limitations and the capabilities of it. So there's a lot of things that you need to worry about, not necessarily all at the same time, but as I like to say is, just take your time. There's no reason to rush. You don't have to go into one thing and say, I'm going to have to learn everything about it because I have to be an expert and this is what I'm going to do. You can, but you don't have to worry about it. Because like I said, you can always move to another chatbot, whether locally or cloud-based. They're all pretty much the same with different capabilities. But the thing is important to you and how comfortable you feel in using a installed program on your computer, if you have the hard drive space or if your computer is able to handle it, or go with a cloud-based. So your mileage may vary and it's completely up to you. And then you can customize it to whatever way you want. So it's totally up to you, really. If you have any questions or comments, or if you think that I missed something, go ahead and leave your comment down below in the comment section. Yeah, I know I say comment a lot. This is one of those things where put your comments in the comment section. Okay. So yeah, you can also check this out. This video is going to be on Indie Creator Hub, and it's going to be edited version. If you want to join our live studio audience to actually participate and have the ability to participate in the live stream and ask questions and be part of the recording process, do be sure to make sure you follow this channel so you can see the next live recording. I do these every other week. So the next one is gonna on the 31st. So like I said, the next live recording is going to be on January 31st, the last day of the year, or wow, last day of the new month. And the episodes are going to be released the week after the live recording. And you can also, if you don't want to watch it, you can also listen to it on your favorite podcast player of choice. There is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and of course the RSS feed, Pocket Cast, and stuff like that. And yeah, you can subscribe to my podcast anywhere. So I'd like to say thank you for coming out and enjoying the episode tonight. We're going to be going for number 3 next time, and number 4 after that. It's going to be a good time going get to that magical number 10 number. But until that, next time, I'll see you later, and enjoy your night or your evening or morning. Have a good night.